There is an art, I think, to when a fighting game restarts its music and you don't feel like ending it. You know what I mean? Imagine you're playing a 1st to 10 as Cammy, for example, and you just lost 200 MR, 200 ranked points. That's like what, 10 losses in a row? And then the 11th time in a row you hear this. There's a fatigue to when I hear that. I'm not locking in. I'm like, oh my god. I've been here for 10 games just losing. All right, let's fight. You know what I mean? You know what else does that to me? No, listen, I like the song. But do you like it the 40th time hearing it in a row? Example number 2. The 40th time in a row after you have lost to Jin Kazama's Heat Smash, breaking 2 walls, destroying the floor, exploding again, and you hear this shit. Okay, man. Gotta fight again. You know what I mean? You just got comboed across the entire stage. You're losing a 1st to 10 9-0. Round 1. Fuck. Fight. Ikuzo. Deuce, 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 KO. God damn it! I like this song too. I like this song too. I like this song too. But every single time. All right. That's the fatigue I'm talking about. It's not that the song isn't good. It's the way this music begins. You're loading in, and I'm like, ugh. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh. Right? Compare that to when you load into this song. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's because the intro is short. It's like a really short, snappy intro that makes you get ready to fight right away. You know what? That might be the trick, because listen to this. Something about like a gentle opening, I think. But it sets the vibe really early. And it's in alignment with the rest of the track. You know what I mean? There's like a clear build-up. And this is totally spitballing off the top of my head, okay? I'm trying to think of why this doesn't bother me as much. Because, like, if you put a little stinger at the beginning, like a little ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, and it doesn't line up with the rest of the track in the sense that it doesn't show up over and over again, then it's not teasing me about the rest of the track or getting me hype. It's reminding me I'm at the beginning. Do you know, like, music where you forget when it looped around? If you listen to the Skullgirls soundtrack, you kind of forget when the beginning of the song was because there's so many sections. So by the time it comes back, you're like, oh yeah, that's what the beginning of the song sounded like. This one forces you to remember. Not this one. The Tekken 8 music that I don't like forces you to remember you're right at the beginning. Like, and I like this song. I like this song a lot. What's another good example? Oh, no, I know exactly. It's this one. The beginning is so like it hits fast, right? And it hits hard. But because it is a build up, again, I like the song. But it takes 22 seconds to get to the vibe. It takes 22 seconds to get to the vibe of the combat track, right? This is the combat track. This is the setup to the vibe. Right? It's a setup to the vibe, and the setup takes 20 seconds. Which could be literally a round and a half, right? The intro is good, but it overstays its welcome. I like that. I like that take. I think it overstays its welcome. Again, there's a lot of spitballing. I'm not sure why it bugs me. Also, this part is okay. This just feels like a worse Tekken 7 song to me. Like, consider this Tekken song. I like this. I think this is a good Tekken 7 song. Like, the intro's over in 4 seconds. We're in it right now. We are fighting right now. I like this song a lot. I think this is a good Tekken 7 song. Right? You guys kind of feel me, right? It's like you have to get to the point quickly or establish the vibe early. And that's where I think when I was listening to Street Fighter's music for the first time, that's where they really succeeded. Is when they hit me with an intro, it told me what the vibe of the song was going to be very quickly. In an interesting way. The intro is tightly linked to the rest of the song. So you hear this part? Did you hear what just played? I'm gonna wind back a bit. Listen to this. That's the same line at the beginning. You hear what I'm talking about, right? That little synth line keeps showing up. So it doesn't feel like intro part is over, main song is happening. It's, you gave me the vibe and we're following it throughout. So when I replay this, this is why this song succeeds. This part happens throughout the music. Right? Yes, it has to be very punchy or it feels like you're just hearing a very long intro. This is a 15-second intro, but that trumpet intro plays throughout the song. So it's in alignment with it, right? I think that's the theory. The theory is that we have an intro that shows up in the rest of the song, and that's what makes it fit really well. So, for example, this is my beef with this song, is yes, it has instruments. It has instruments that show up, but not themes. It has instruments, but not themes, okay? So listen to this again. This does establish the vibe and the theme. And this is a cool beat. But does that actual melody line come back? I don't think it does. Also, this part is kind of a sleeper part of the song. This part is kind of sleeper. This part's cool. I like this part. But do you hear how this part never came ever? That's why this part feels kind of irritating to me when I start a fresh round. It's like, oh, well, here we are at the beginning. Versus like, oh yeah, the vibe is being set. Compare this, by the way. This is not a Tekken song, but imagine this stage with this song and how good it could be. I think this song would go insane on this stage. If you're watching the VOD, you're gonna miss it. It's an Osu song. This would go so hard, right? And you know what's cool is the intro part comes back. There's clear sections. Each section is interesting on its own. Like the Baroque Attack song, they're close, but there are sleeper sections. Oh my god, I love this song. Anyways. Okay, so I think we've identified a good pattern where what determines a good fighting game song, I think, is the intro either setting the vibe or hitting melodic parts that show up later. So when I listen to Street Fighter 4's Cammy's theme, the vibe is set, you hear this piano throughout the rest of the song. So it doesn't create that, oh, this is the start again, let me mentally prepare to fight. Because it's a 20-second intro, right? It's one of those long intros, which we talked about being kind of irritating. But the theme persists throughout. It gets you ready for this melody at 29 seconds. Yeah, this song bangs. This song bangs. I feel bad cutting it off because I want to just show more examples. Look at this song. This is a 6-minute song I'm about to play. Wait, no. Sorry. It's 3 minutes. This is a 3-minute song, but this song goes so crazy. I think this has one loop in it. Let's click on this one. Five-second intro. 5-second intro, okay? 5-second intro in alignment with the vibe. I think a fighting game song needs a short intro unless you are just playing part of the song later. Skullgirls also cooked so hard with their soundtrack because every song fits the aesthetic of that like theater aesthetic. Like, what is this? Like, is this like Roaring 20s? Is that what you would call this aesthetic? Every song, instrumentation, composition fits this theme. They cooked so hard with this game. It's been a minute. We have a new section. One big bucket of cook, yeah. It might also be that EDM is just hard to pull off in Tekken, right? Or in fighting games. It's been done. But the traditional, like, rave vibe, they spend so much time building up, cooling down, and the drop is so short. I wonder if just the EDM formula is poorly suited to video games. Or fighting games. So the theory we had is short intros or intros that align quickly with the vibe. Along those lines, 5-second intro. Yeah. 5-second intro, vibe is set very quickly. You know what? I think I'm anti-intro. Like, I know that sounds crazy, right? But every time I think of a good Tekken song, they either cut straight to the chase, or if they do a long intro, it is related to a part of the song, right? So, or it contains part of the song. 3-second intro. And you would think, based on my complaints before, that this has the sin of playing that little intro stinger that isn't like congruous with the rest of the song, right? But if you listen carefully, that's not actually true. I'm gonna restart the song. Listen to that beginning, okay? Hum of the synth. Piano's coming in, and then the right? All of those sounds come back. Piano. Right? So it is an intro stinger, but it keeps coming back. It's like a leitmotif, yeah. Man, I think I'm right. I'm not gonna lie. I try to like always check myself and be like, I'm not sure, you know, this, that, but I think I'm right here. Cause like a lot of these, I think are good songs, but not good fighting game music. Does that make sense? I don't like rematching 20 times and then hearing the same one again, unless it's the Paris stage. Cause I remember liking this song, but I stopped liking it. So let's see why. Okay, 8-second intro is pretty good. Although, this kind of feels like part of the intro. This is still the intro. This is the vibe. 20-second intro. I like this song from 20 seconds and on. It reminds me of a Smash song. The only reason this song isn't a banger is because of the first 20 seconds. This part is fire too. Well, I don't know about fire. It was kind of cool. What about this? What about this? What if it did like this? Like, it doesn't work perfectly, But if we get to the beat faster, it kind of works. You know what I mean? It's not perfect. It's not perfect. This song is a banger. I just said I like this song, but it is not a banger. This part has gotta go. They let my this part. They let the Asian aunties and uncles get on the karaoke machine. Where's the clap? They're like, yo, give me the instruments back, bro. Oh my god. Let's see. Rebel Hangar. Short intro, I think. You know, this feels structured like an old Tekken song. It feels structured like an old Tekken song, no? This could be a Tekken 6 song. This could be a Tekken 6 song. A mid Tekken 6 song. It does everything right, I think. But not exceptionally. Okay. As a musician, I try really hard to be respectful to the work that people put out whenever possible, right? Look at that. The intro came back. That was cool. But to be honest, if you were to drop me in the middle of this song, it feels like, and I say this from experience, it feels like somebody found the GarageBand presets and kind of put them together. And again, I say that with like respect for how hard producing music is, okay? It's a clean production. It's tight, but there's nothing that stands out to me. Right? It's about as dry as Jin's personality. Which is where you first hear the song in the story. So it's very, very deeply okay. Look at that. 1 second intro. I will say though, I changed the song because the vocals started fatiguing me. And this could just be personal preference. But I think it's a good song. I wonder if the vocals came in like what if the song started like this? Sorry. Where they lay down the beat and there's minimal vocals? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Strings building up. Vocals teased in. And then instead of this part, you could have played the vocal part here from the intro. It's like this song, and it's such a fine line to walk. It feels like it comes on too strong. You know? You guys saw that tweet about the guy who like dated a girl for a month and then bought her flowers on Valentine's Day or something and it like turned her off? That guy was probably a really good guy. That guy was a good song like Yakushima, but he came on a little too strong. So here's a counter example. You guys said the vocals need to come in early, but let's actually listen to why we like this song. Okay? Let's actually listen to why we like this song. This song is insane. The vibe immediately. Immediate vibe. One layer on top. A few little blips and bloops here and there. We hear the little thing there. Do-do-do. But the bass line is interesting enough to stand alone. The synth bass. a little more on top. This is why I think Yakushima came on too strong. They killed the beat. 55 seconds. So you've probably finished 1 round or 2 rounds. Little momentum reset, right? Because you're not final round yet. Unless you suck. But even if you are, this might be the buildup you need to get back your momentum. Let's say you make your 1 round comeback. Hold on, I can come back now. Now it's the full mix after 1 minute and 10 seconds. That's why I think Yakushima came on too strong. The foundation of Yakushima is cool. It helps, the melody is fire. That's what I'm saying. The bass line carries everything. Vocals at 147. Do you see what I'm talking about? It's important to play some, but yeah. The fact that the jukebox version starts in the middle is horrible. Yeah. Fallen Colony. I think it's called G. 2-second intro. G doesn't fit the stage? Yes, it does, bro. Look at this. This is the coolest stage in Tekken. Gravity is like upside down. Oh my god, I love this. Is a Final Fantasy song. That's why I like it. That violin going insane. Mega Man song? I don't know, the violin kind of goes too Final Fantasy for me. Let's see. Okay, last one. This is the last one. All right. This is what I mean by you can do a long intro if you set the vibe properly. It's also not that long. It's only 8 seconds. That theme is playing the whole time. It's just like Moment of Impact, the Jungle Outpost 2. You remember how it kept the theme going throughout? Obviously, one of these songs is better than the other, but that idea is so... Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you see how much they stuffed into 1 minute and 10 seconds? That is beautiful efficiency. And listen, not everything... Jesus. Not everything has to be a dramatic banger, right? I love this song, and it's not even that crazy. But we're in the vibe right away. That's the stage right here. I think maybe the new Tekken tracks also try to do too many sections. And the sections are like too different. There's different sections in this song, but they follow a similar vibe throughout. And it's very... there's a lot of continuity. That piano goes so stupid. I may hate the way Ali Handal plays Tekken, but he has good taste in Tekken music. We agree on everything, I think. It's just so tasteful. It's just so tasteful. All right. I wanted to cut this off, but I'm having so much fun. We got to hit like Tekken 3 and Tekken 4. The intro is the vibe, just like the Paris stage in Tekken 8. 7 seconds. Add the beat. Add the synth. You know, this is made by the guy who composes for Nier. Eiichi Okabe. I'm pretty sure this song is 99% of the reason I had a crush on Mina as a 4-year-old kid. the boobs. She had pyramids back then, bro. Those were not boobs. Those were pyramids constructed by the best technology PlayStation had to offer that Sony could muster from the brightest minds. So we have to talk about Tekken 4, right? So Tekken 4 is interesting because I think Tekken 4 does not necessarily have good fighting game music. And let me clarify. Tekken 4's strength was that the art direction was unified throughout the game. Everything from the moment you boot up the game, even like the PlayStation 2 aesthetic, like Tekken 4, I think breaks the rules, or like the rules, there's no rules, breaks the tradition of what makes fighting game music cool and stuff like that, because they created an entire vibe and they unified that from the moment you turn on the PS2. Lightweight synth, foggy aesthetic, whooshing, stuff like that. Now go into any Tekken 4 song. And you feel the PS2. Literally. Go into any Tekken song. Even the Tekken 4 songs I don't like. Follow this. It sounds like a PS2 game. Does it follow the rules? The rules, again, we talked about, kind of. It set the vibe early. It doesn't have to be a beat, right? This song is actually so good. It's like 33 seconds of intro, but the intro is all the vibes. So you could argue it's like 0 seconds of intro. It's like Electric Fountain in the same way. Okay, I gotta stop. We gotta keep going. Even this. I don't like this song. But it sounds like a PlayStation 2. It's not even really a song. It's just ambient noise. But they were consistent with their direction. Let's look at the Tekken 4 intro. It sounds like a PlayStation boot up, man. The intro is the music, very Tekken 3 and very Tekken Tag 1 coded. Oh, weave. This is like me. This is like me in Tekken 8. Backdash and weave. Oh, God. I forgot how much I think Christy should be in Tekken. Damn. Dude, just a down forward one took him out. That's the one throw. Doosh. Here we go. Doosh. Yup. God damn. Flicker 2. All right. So aesthetic.
King of Iron Fist Tournament 4.
Why would you start in the middle of it, bro?
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 4.
Right? Not what you would expect in terms of character select, announcer, but they had an aesthetic matching the PS2. So this is why I think Tekken 4, even though it doesn't have traditionally interesting fighting game music, it had a universal aesthetic that felt kind of like Skullgirls, right? But that was my gut reaction. When you actually listen to each track as I'm going through it now, it's following that pattern. I keep saying rule. That pattern we saw where the vibe is the intro. The vibe is the intro. That's the art. Schoolgirls? Did I say that? I meant Skullgirls. The vibe is the intro. And I think that is such a lost art. You know? And after this, we'll go back to Tekken 8. And I want you to listen to what I'm talking about. I'm a music nerd. So we try to find... I don't think people write these with the rules in mind. they write the soundtrack, or like they write the music and then people discover the rules after the fact. That's how like music theory generally works. These are rules we're coming up with after the fact to explain things that people have written. It's not like people go in with these ideas in mind necessarily. Okay, so what were the rules we discovered? Okay, this is some notepad nerd shit, okay? Short intro equals set the vibe immediately, right? This is what I think is the core of what we are dissecting. Other stuff, layering multiple sections. It's hard to clearly identify why all of these things are good, but the general sense is you don't get vibe fall off or restart fatigue, right? Long intros or stinger intros create like rematch fatigue. That's what it is. This song does not have rematch fatigue in my opinion, because that jazz tune is a repeated element that comes back over and over again. It's not just at the beginning. It's also congruent with the rest of the vibe. So let me rephrase this. Intro, good intros are short or set the vibe immediately. Stingers, motifs reappear frequently, right? And I keep bringing up this example, but this is why Baroque Attack doesn't work for me. This stinger, this little motif, never comes back. Aside from the instrument being used. It never comes back. This song also has the issue of like, the sections have too many vibe differences. Like, this is fire. This is so cool. This part is so good. It takes a couple minutes, but it does come back. The thing is, if I've listened to it this many times and I have to be reminded that it comes back, I don't think it's an effective usage of a motif for fighting game music. Don't people mute in-game music and play their own? That's because music's not very good. If the music were good, they wouldn't, in my opinion. Like, we've had a revisit of the intro or the part A before we've had the intro stinger. We've looped. I don't think it's come back yet. Has it come back yet? Did I miss it? I think the part you're talking about, it probably comes back when the track loops, right? But literally, we did not hear this exact part yet, and it's been 3 minutes. That's what causes the intro fatigue. Do you have a timestamp? I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Because I was listening for it. Because there's the loop. There's the loop, and I didn't hear it. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying my best. I know there's a bit of the motif with like do-do-do-do-do. That part with the clarinet or oboe. One of those two. I think clarinet. That part comes back. But the harpsichord intro doesn't, from what I understand. What else? What else? What is silently boisterous? Or recapping Colosseum. Good intro. This is a good intro. But I would consider this part of the intro, and this is where the fall off happens. I think this part is where the fall off happens. We start so high, and then we rebuild up. I think if it jumps straight to here, 31:45, it would be better. It's a clickbait intro, bro. Like, imagine this mix. Imagine this mix. It's not going to be clean, but we're going to try. Okay, I can't do it on this. I can't zoom in enough. But if it started right here, I think this would be better. If it didn't have the slow buildup. Just jump right to this. Because the energy level stays pretty steady. Tamashi is one of the best songs in the game. What is this? Oh, this is Yakushima. Yeah. This one is one of the best songs in the soundtrack. I'm picky about it too, though, because I feel like it comes on so strong. And then we dip. Instead of creating a steadily climbing energy level. It feels like this should be the climax of the song to me, because this part is a bit of a drop off. But if this were the beginning, I think a restructuring of this song would actually go really hard. Storm Rising, I remember loving, and I changed it. I want to remember why. This one's cool. The intro, I think, should be half as long. It should be half as long. Also, there's no bass. There's no bass in this song. Like, oh, what's this called? Like, listen to this. This is the promotion round music for me, bro. "20-second intro, which is pretty long, but it sets the vibe immediately. And it keeps building. I'm okay with this one. So we've gone through a lot that kind of follow these rules. Here is a song that I think could go either way. Here's a song that I think could go either way. Oh, before we go on, there's a bass, but it sounds like they completely cut the low end. Yeah. That's what blows my mind. They have the bass, they just cut it so they could get these vocals in. It's mixed to cut out the bass from our ears with like EQ. And it's probably because there's so much bass every time you hit a heat engager. Every single time. Like, okay. Part of sound design is you also have to remove things with your sound effects team, right? So if you have too much bass in the sound effects, you have to remove it from the soundtrack. And I think that's a natural cost they had to pay. We'll finish with the song that I think is a guilty pleasure for me. I can't say that it's good, but I like this song. The 1.5-second intro. It's very dumb. It's very Tekken 70, actually. Like, I don't think I can claim that this song is the best song at all, but I like it. The water effects in this stage were so cool too, man. I think it's because the drop happens at 47 seconds. 47 seconds is a really good time to drop the drop, right? In Tekken Tag 2 rounds, it could be like round 1, round 2, depending on how the game is going. I think these are kind of what we notice as good fighting game music patterns. Also, I lied about last song. There was one more I had to listen to. I can't remember if I like this one or not. Oh, this one? I bet if I played Street Fighter V, this would give me rematch fatigue. Because I don't like the first 13 seconds of this. But here, I love this song. I bet this would give me, if I played Street Fighter V, the same feeling of not liking the beginning. 15-second intro where it's kind of not that, you know? I have a hunch if I were a serious Street Fighter V player. Why does she look so good here? My bad. Do you know what I mean? If I had to hear this every time a round restarted, I might be upset. Oh, wow. Because I like this song a lot. Nakali intro. I don't know the rematch fatigue thing you're talking about. You have to play a 1st to 20 against the same person on the same stage. I think that's the only way. Even if you like the song. It's hard for me to imagine the rematch fatigue because this is my second time hearing the song. I feel like I would have to hear the song after playing the game. This is a long intro though, for sure. Does the rest of the song go like this? I don't know if I can agree just because I don't have the player experience. It's hard for me to say. I wonder if I feel the same about this too. It's hard not having played the game. But I like this song because it feels like a Persona song. No. You don't think it's Persona-like? Listen. Listen to the guitar. After this solo. Wait, just wait. It's the beat and the guitar. Listen. Like, come on. Come on, man. Like, I wish I had my piano plugged in. You can literally play the Guile theme over the Persona song and it sounds good. Anyways, actual last song. This is the perfect ending to this idea, okay? Yes. Okay. Good fighting game music patterns. In fights, okay? In fights. This is not a fight theme. So it's not gonna follow these rules. Yeah. The best fighting game, like, combat tracks, to me, have to nail the intro. It has to be short. If it's not short, you have to set the vibe immediately, right? So, short intros we saw plenty of. Electric Fountain from Tekken 6. Long intro, but it sets the vibe immediately. That also could be called, like, no intro, right? Very short or basically non-existent. If you do a stinger or a motif, like a little instrumental, like or something, it's gotta come back. That helps avoid the rematch fatigue, right? Good structure, layering feels like a cheat code. It feels like a cheat code. Your sections should probably not be too different to like change the vibe too much. I think that's a big deal. But multiple sections is pretty important. Creating a drop or like build up at key round break points is also like hard to do, but really good. But yeah, I think rematch fatigue is a big one. You said last one 20 minutes ago. My fault, bro. This song is just good. I didn't talk about Guilty Gear or other games because I want to play the fighting game to get the vibe. And I feel like just listening creates a different perspective. A lot of the Tekken 8 music you can listen to and enjoy, but rematch on it 30 times and you will lose your mind. GG music is pretty accurate. Yeah, so my friend did show me some Guilty Gear music with like gameplay showing, and I really liked it. I really like... Okay. Actual last couple songs. I think it was not Strive. Oh, it might be Writhe in Pain. Hold on. Yeah. It felt like if you had a white person in a Guilty Gear game, they got harpsichord or something. Because I think it was her and Kai Kisuke or something. Anyways, okay, now we're done. Now we're done. Well, okay, wait, sorry. One more. Kai Kisuke. I want to, like, confirm the theory. Yeah, see? The European people get harpsichords. It's literally, it's the formula. Okay, we're done. Thank you for following my manic music exploration episode. I want to play the fighting games before I assess the music, but I feel pretty confident in my assessment of what makes old Tekken soundtracks more interesting to me than Tekken 8 soundtrack. I don't think the music sucks. I think as fighting game music, though, it falls behind for the old Tekkens in this particular reason. And then we looked at some Street Fighter stuff to, like, support that kind of. I hope you guys enjoy these, like, music explorations. I have a lot of fun doing these. So, we'll try to do more of those. Okay, bye.